Good morning and welcome to Lockdown Part 2. Seriously though, it is a miserable time. We've got this awful month at home, getting bored. The weather's on the turn. It's seriously annoying for all of us. But there is so much that we can do for the environment. In this next month, we've got time on our hands, time to reflect, time to think about all the things that we as individuals can do to do our little part to help the environment. So join me as I take you through my top tips to saving the world. First up, it's plastic-free shopping. I know it's so obvious, but it's such an easy thing for us all to do. If we can just avoid as much plastic as possible, whether it be recyclable or non-recyclable, just don't use plastic. Take your own containers. Look, these are our actual jars that we take to the shops. They're genuinely filled up with all the stuff in our cupboards. Look, paper bags, all glass. This is what we do. It's so simple, anyone can do it. Please give it a go. Look, here we keep our jam jars. Look, they're really, really useful for storing nuts, storing muesli, all the bits and bobs. All you gotta do is think about it. It's so easy. Don't use plastic. And when you go shopping, because of course you need your fruit and your veg and all your bits and bobs, please try and see if you can get things in cardboard or paper. When that person automatically puts it in a plastic bag or automatically wraps it up in little plastic and cellophane wrapper, say, no thanks. Please, can you put it in a cardboard box for me, please? I don't want any plastic. If we can avoid using any form of plastic, we will save tons and tons of it ending up in landfill, ending up on our beaches, ending up in our oceans. So when you're shopping, please say, can I have it in cardboard boxes, please? And if you absolutely have to go to a supermarket, then please remember to take your own bag, your own Hessian bag. Don't get a plastic one. Don't even get those bags for life that are made for plastic. They're still made for plastic. Try and get a material one like this. And when you've got your material one and you're walking around your shops, again, try and think no plastic. Look, this is an honest representation I found in a supermarket. We've got peppers, we've got carrots, we've got potatoes, all loose. No plastic bags. Almost do it as a challenge. Try and see if you can make your diet be only based on vegetables that don't involve plastic. And if you're a meat eater just like me and you go to the meat counter or you go to the butcher's, of course make sure it doesn't get wrapped in plastic. But see if you can take your own containers. Because again, that way we're saving on using non-recyclable plastic. Have a look in my little bag down here. In my bag, I've taken my own plastic containers. I know they're plastic, they're not ideal, but at least they are long term. They're gonna last me for years and years, and they are made from recyclable plastic. But look, here we go, a gorgeous piece of brisket that will serve everyone for dinner tomorrow. Locally sourced, of course, from my local butchers, and some beautiful steak, some tails, also locally sourced. Always think about where you get your bits and bobs from. Think about the long-term implications of buying these sorts of things. I must admit, I'm a mega meat eater, but look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? My mouth just waters, but look, this is totally vegan food. So that's another thing we can all try. Vegan and vegetarian food these days is not all nut cutlets and dry horrible sawdust. It's absolutely stunning. It's so much variety. I must admit, I've been trying it loads and I'm going to change over to it. It is just so gorgeous. So please try it today. You will be so surprised. Here's a really easy one. If we all turn our thermostats down by 1 degree, we can save up to 10% off our electricity bill. That will save thousands of tons of carbon being released into the atmosphere. Try it today and wear more jumpers as well. Here's another thing to keep your eyes peeled for when you're out and about exploring during lockdown. Unfortunately, it's over here. No matter what we do to make sure that we're tidy, lots of people are not tidy. People just throw their rubbish on the floor. Look at this. There you go, HP sauce wrapper, nice. Over here, look. Nice tin can, thanks very much. Whoever threw that down there, look, nice. Crisp packet, yeah, lovely. My point is this, we may think that we look after the environment, we may think we put all our stuff in the recycling, in the rubbish, we may make sure that we look after ourselves and make sure we don't drop rubbish anywhere, but unfortunately, lots of people don't. Now, unfortunately as well, the worst thing, the grossest thing, is that this is our responsibility. No one is going to go out there and pick it up. The dustbin men won't pick it up, so it's up to you and me, because at the end of the day, me and you, we're humans. We are responsible for this. I know I haven't personally dropped it here in this road, but the fact is it's ruining my environment. So I'm going to go out, and when I'm walking about, I see other people's rubbish like this, no matter how grim, how grisly, we've got to pick it up. No one else is. Rubbish like this that's just discarded is of course bad for the environment. It's bad for us as well, our mental health. Seeing horrible mess in the countryside, in the curbs, in the streets is disgusting. It doesn't do any of us any good. So it's up to us to pick it up. We humans, we create this mess. We have to pick it up. Simple as that. It's gross, but if we all do it, if we all go out today, just pick up one piece of rubbish. Think of how many millions and millions of pieces of rubbish could be cleared from the streets just today. I'm going to take this little lot home now and stick it in the recycling, because that's the other thing as well. I can't just throw it in a bin. This lot has got to be recycled. If no one else will, I will. Talking of recycling, these are our recycling boxes. Look, here we go. We've got lots of plastic and cans in that one. And in this one over here, we've got all the cardboard and bits of paper and stuff. But right next to it, we've got our wheelie bin. Now, only a couple of years ago, our wheelie bin every 2 weeks would have been rammed. Now look at it. That is 2 weeks worth of rubbish. Just by being a bit more thoughtful, nowadays we're all recycling a lot more. So try it today. Challenge yourself. Try and throw away a minimum amount and recycle as much as you can. And another little thing that we can all do, look at this. This is a genuine bin in the precinct that's absolutely full of recyclable coffee cups. But this is not a recycling box. It's because people can't find one, so they've thrown it in the bin. What a waste of time. It's not going to be recycled. Please, if you can't find a recyclable bin, please take it home, put it in your own recycling bin. One of the greatest things that lockdown has taught us is that walking is king. Who needs a car? Who needs a motorbike? Who needs public transport? Use your legs. Go for a mooch. Just explore. Go to the shops with walking. It's wonderful. It's of course great for the environment because you're not burning any fossil fuels, but it's good for you. It gets your heart going. It gets you breathing. It gets you thinking. It gets you escaping from your house. Don't drive. Walk. If you are going to drive, try and keep it to a minimum. As you walk to your front door, grab your keys and go on total autopilot to jump in the car. Think, do I really need to drive right now? Can't I just walk? I mean, seriously, how far is it? Can't I just walk? But if you do have to drive, try and keep it to a minimum. As you guys know, I absolutely love wildlife. I'm a zoologist. It is my profession. It is my love. This is the perfect way that all of us can rejoin with wildlife. Make yourself a bird table. Even if you haven't got that much space, even if you've only got a balcony, just put a tiny bowl on a windowsill, little bit of birdseed, you get gorgeous guys like this gorgeous robin. They will come and see you. Oh look, even if you want to do something like this, a little dangling bird feeder in the tree, it attracts the great tits. It'll bring in the sparrows. It'll bring in so many species into your garden. It is so, oh my goodness, look at this beauty. This is a jay. What a treat. Again, dead simple. Put some peanuts and a few seeds on a table right outside your window, on your balcony, even a little bowl, a little saucer on the lawn. It will bring in so much wildlife. It's good for them, it supplements their diet, allows them to breed more, and also it will bring you so much joy. It will allow you to be so happy and connected with wildlife again. Look, here's a gorgeous little sparrow feeding on a feeder, just dangling in a tree. It's so simple. You can buy them in supermarkets, anything like that. Oh my goodness, look at him. Imagine getting one of him. Also simple, put some peanuts on your garden. Sticking with wildlife, of course, these days, unfortunately, our playing fields, our schools, our buildings, our houses, everything flattens natural habitat. We all know the massive percentage, 95% of our woodland, our native habitat in Britain is gone now because of our activities. So why not bring it into your garden? Even if it's a tiny patch, look, these little flower beds, look, they are chock full of wildflowers. Even if it's just a corner in your garden, allowed to go wild, look, it becomes teeming, full of layers, full of flowers, brings the insects in, brings in the birds, brings in so many animals. Give it a go today. A tiny patch of garden left wild will attract so many species. And quite frankly, these days, because our habits are destroying so much habitat, we owe it to nature to let a little bit back into the space that we've got.